Hi everybody, it's Linda. Welcome back. I have two March or St. Patrick's Day or Irish themed little cutie journals to show you today. I'm going to do a little flip through. So they are again about identical, and let me show you. They are made from, I'm going to just do one at a time. So they are made from a paper bag that I covered the spine with some pretty lace and made a little arrangement on the top with some fabric and this very old, it's like a little applique with a shamrock in the center. I found it in an estate sale and I just love it. So I used that in the center and a sweet vintage image and trim the side with some trim. And the closure has a little shamrock charm on there. And closed it with some green satin ribbon. So on the inside there's one signature with 30 pages, and it's a combination of scrapbooking paper and coffee dyed paper and some other fun things. In the front pocket is a little library card, and I made a little cluster here with some vintage fabrics and trims. This is of course, a scrapbook paper. This is not vintage. This is one of my favorite Irish tunes, When Irish Eyes Are Smiling. And I trimmed it with some old lace. And this is a digital, and I will credit the digitals and anything else that I mention in the description box below. And I just made a little fun fabric flip here over the edge. This is yet another digital that has some Celtic script on there. Some coffee dyed paper, some children's ledger. This is a page from a gardening book. And on this side, there's a little slanted pocket with this really cute little image of these kids. And I created some journaling space on the back with some coffee dyed paper. So they just tuck right into that pocket. Some coffee dyed loose leaf, some mulberry paper. I tried to use every shade of green that I could. I kind of like that in the month of March and for St. Patrick's Day. Here are a couple of copies of some vintage stamps and a bit of old lace. And each book has 4 pages that are from a vintage Ireland travel book that I just happened to find at an estate sale. And then this is, my goodness, one of my favorite laces. Can you see that? It's got shamrocks on it. I just use a little bit at a time. I just love it. I only have about a foot left. It's so pretty. And I added also some rickrack. Okay. This back side is a belly band that I made from a digital base and a piece of old vintage trim and some shamrock bling, and I embossed some double-sided scrapbook paper with shamrocks. Just slide in there. This is a vintage ledger. This is a little felted shamrock tuck that I added a little lace to, and then there is this little journaling card that tucks right in there. And the base is some very pretty coffee dyed paper. This is a digital and some pretty writing writing space there. This is a one of the sides of the Ireland travel book, and a pocket with some S&H green stamps and a little cluster there, and this sweet little journal card from yet another little vintage image. I used a sheet of these cute vintage images and created journal cards from them. You'll see them throughout the journal. And then this pretty topper that sticks out over the top of the book. So you can see here the back of the Ireland travel brochure. Some notebook paper. A little pocket here that has an envelope that has some extra S&H green stamps, some little shamrock cuts, little die cuts like this in different shades of green, a little scrapbook paper, some stamps, Ireland stamps. So just a little fun envelope of goodies there to tuck into this pocket. That is also trimmed in some vintage lace. This is the center of the signature that I beaded with some pretty green beads and this little Celtic knot charm at the bottom, and then some little seed beads and a pretty little gold Celtic bead there as well. And I love this little birdie with his Irish hat. And then this side has a little dangle, and I used this digital Grandma's button box for blouses and breeches, and sewed some mother of pearl shell buttons, and then there's just a bit of pretty scrapbooking paper for journaling there, or decorating, however you'd like to use it. I just thought it was a pretty accent. A little fold out spot for journaling. More of the beautiful scenery of Ireland. I hope the glare isn't too much for you. Sweet little pocket back here with this little leprechaun fella. He as cute as can be. A journaling card. And I love this green plaid paper with just a touch of orange. I thought it had a very Irish look to it. And I think I was going to glue this here. I'm not sure why this little shamrock is loose, but I guess we'll figure that out. I'll set it aside. Okay. Back side of that digital for writing. So these are the back sides now of the different sheets of scrapbooking paper and digitals. This is a little page tab that I made from some vintage lace and trims. More lovely photos of Ireland, as well as one of the old ancient castles, the mulberry paper. Here is a fabric flip that I used some vintage fabric and some green gingham and some pretty green fabric, and I added a bit of vintage ledger underneath for some journaling space, and it's got a Handmade with Love pin on a little bulb pin there, or a charm on a bulb pin. In this little pocket tuck is a tea bag of Irish breakfast tea. I thought that would be a fun addition. You can enjoy that and then use the pocket in the journal for goodies or journaling cards and such. And then I added a little topper of hand-dyed seam binding to the top. And then the last page in the book is a multi-folded book page that I stuffed with goodies. There's a little, some little Tim Holtz kids here decorating the page, and some trim and a little shamrock. And then In this first pocket are some green tickets and a shamrock playing card. And I actually have these for sale in my Etsy shop. And you know my Etsy shop is Joyful Makes and Finds. So if you're looking for some things in a shamrock or Irish theme, I do have those in my shop. And then behind it is another one of these adorable kids journaling cards. And in the back is a time card fold out that you can use for a lot of journaling or decorating or however you would like to use it. But I thought that was a nice little addition there. And there's even one more pocket in the back that you can use. This is a 4-way pocket. And then in the very back pocket, I have this beautiful angel with the shamrocks, and she is a journaling card. And I added some pretty green vintage fabric with a beaded dangle on a bulb pin. And then in the pocket, I don't know if I did, just placed a couple of things in here. Sorry if I'm off camera. Another piece of the embossed paper and a sweet vintage image. And you will also receive, as you do with all of my journals, you'll receive a baggie. I'll show you what I have preliminarily put together. I kind of continue to add things as I put things away, but there's usually tags and offcuts of the fabric and little bits of the trim and buttons and such little fun things in the packet. So you'll also receive that. And my other tie came out there, but there's two that are the same. So this is journal number 1, as it will be listed in my Etsy shop. And we'll go through journal number 2. And if you're seeing this, they should already be in my Joyful Makes and Finds Etsy store. So this is journal number 2. As you can see, it is exactly the same on the cover, same construction. Now let's open it up and go through. I love making these little cuties, and I love making the little Irish journals. They're just such a treat and such a novelty. Okay, when Irish eyes are smiling, little fabric tab there. The gardening page, mulberry paper, coffee dyed loose leaf, little journaling card with a topper, vintage S&H stamps little cluster there, and that beautiful trim on the side here, the shamrock trim with rick-rack. And this page says Beautiful Ireland. The back side is the belly band on that pretty digital, and tucked inside is the two-sided embossed card with shamrocks. Lots of writing space. Really trying hard not to over decorate and to leave a lot for you to do and to work on and to spaces to journal in. The felt tuck with the top of the morning little girl. Okay, here is a pocket made from a little postcard and a little sweet little angel there. These are the beaded ties. with the Celtic charm. And then on this side is another little beaded dangle with the grandma's button box that I sewed the buttons on. That's a digital, and it'll be in the description box. The fabric flip is just a little bit different in this one, a few different little fabrics. Put a little bit of ledger paper under there. Sorry if I'm all over the place. As I flip through these, they tend to scoot. Here is a slant pocket with the cute little couple journaling card. Little fabric tab. Here is a page from the travel book with the little cluster made from the vintage faux stamps. This is the envelope that is filled with goodies, S&H green stamps and little die cuts and goodies. I kind of liked this Ireland of the Welcome here with the keys on here, because it's kind of like the key to the city or key to the country or whatever. I thought that was kind of a cute little page, and I put some vintage trim on there. And here is the tea, the Irish breakfast tea, and the little paper clip topper with the dyed ribbon, and the back page that has the multi-page pocket with the tickets and the Tim Holtz person and the little shamrock playing card and a little vintage journaling card, vintage image, and then in the back is the trifold time card tucked in that last pocket and some rickrack trim. And then on the back page we have the leprechaun on the mushrooms. How cute is he? It's a large card. The additional dangle and fabric, and then in the back pocket is the image and some more of the embossed paper. And again, you receive a baggie filled with offcuts and goodies to use in completing the journal. This is the back of the journal. And these are my little Cutie handmade Irish themed journals. I have lots more journals in the works that I'm working on, and the most exciting thing going on right now is that I am just about to hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. I think I'm at 990 something. So just less than 10 more subscribers and I'll be at the 1,000 subscriber mark, and that means I'm going to do a giveaway. So I am deciding what I'm gonna make and give away, and I will be having a video very, very soon with that announcement and to show you what you can win if you would like to enter. So I thank you to the people who have subscribed. I always appreciate if you will leave a comment, like the video. Those kinds of things really help. And if you're interested in these journals, give my shop a visit over at Joyful Makes and Finds. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day, and I will see everybody soon. Bye-bye.